General Steve's Garage. Now with commentary. A pretty well-known fact about me is I suck at racing. Like, really suck, 95% of the time. I was about to give up on racing completely until one day I was moderately thrilled about my new win, but I decided to make the best of it. My original lack of enthusiasm about the win really translated into the car's first paint job, which was described as okay by many forumers. A hodgepodge of tuning never really gave the car a purpose except to stand there and look moderately pretty. Hodgepodge. Is that even a word? Is that a word? I'm not sure. Finally, after a few days of minor peer pressure, I cracked and gave it a new paint job, which brings it to where it is today. For skill mods, it's got a 40% well-oiled machine and 24% takeoff launch grip, which really helps a lot. Of course, it's not fully tuned in the skill workshop department, but it's still pretty good. In the performance shop, it's got, again, a hodgepodge of tuning, parts that I just won off the street, and some street brakes that I really want to replace as soon as possible. These are all really good parts except for those street brakes. I'm kind of ashamed of those. Aftermarket parts? It's got some. So even though it's a very menacing looking car, as you can see right here, it isn't always taken seriously when it enters the drag lobbies. I mean, no one's ever said anything, but I'm sure they're laughing at it because of this. A very poorly designed Canadian maple leaf adorning the hood of the car. There isn't much as unthreatening as Canada. And before you guys go all, ugh, he believes in stereotypes. I'm Canadian, I can make jokes like that. I mean, come on, if you saw this on a drag car, chances are you wouldn't take it that seriously. And so that's why a lot of people are surprised when it gets off the line. Now, although this RX-8 overall is not that much higher than mine, its acceleration is still, surprisingly, a bit higher. Well, okay, more than a bit, about, we'll say 50 points higher than mine. So he must have been moderately surprised when I took off the line and remained ahead of him the entire time, as you will see right now. Now, as you can see, my top speed was 178 miles per hour, which is really high when you consider this is a low B-class car. So I'm sure a lot of you are asking right now, how does it drive? The answer, honestly, I don't really know. I mean, I've really only ever driven this car in drag races, sometimes around the area if it took too long to get a good lobby. So, when I was making this video, I was actually really surprised at how fun it was to drive. I mean, yeah, the handling is at about 309, I think, something like that. And it is very drifty, but the drift is manageable. It's not like the Boss 302, which... Okay, don't get me started on the Boss 302, that thing is horrible. Acceleration, it's 0 to 60 in roughly 3 seconds. We'll say 3 seconds, alright? Let's humor me, people, okay? The Chevelle SS tops out at 180 miles an hour, which is pretty good for a low B-class car, again. Now, for the questions that you guys really want to know, you know what I'm talking about. So, does it jump? Yes, it jumps. But, can it do a burnout? It can do a burnout. Yeah. Can it do that? Canada. Indeed, my good sir. Okay, can I just set one thing straight? Canadians do not all say booter, a. That might be some people from Newfoundland, but again, that's only some people. And it's not all frozen wasteland, that's only up north. I mean, we have places like this for crying out loud. But I digress. Look, the point is, if you don't have a Chevelle, get one. Okay, there will be a lot of people on the forums that'll tell you, you know what, you should get a TT. It's four-wheel drive, it's fast, and it's nice, it's new, and blah 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 blah. But honestly, you don't need an Audi. I'm pretty sure this one's cheaper anyway, and in my opinion, it looks a lot better. I mean, yeah, a lot of them are riced out, but it could be whatever car you want to be. And if you're a good driver, which I am not, you can actually get a lot of good race wins with this.